them, she can create a situation where it's like a 0, a -1 situation and still preempt a lot of buttons that a lot of characters can press.
Oh yeah, absolutely. When I always have to deal with that 5L, 5M sort of Gatling against Charlotta and Biskit, I always think, okay, you know, the spacing's going to work out for me. I have my 7-frame 2M. I'm good. No, I'm not good because Charlotta can just check that. And I think it'll be very interesting to see if Biskit can get Artorias into that position. How well will Artorias be able to solid up defensively up against the impressive offense of Biskit? But let's go right here, Biskit Artorias, for our top 32 loser side match.
Yeah, Artorias starting off with the fireballs. That is notably one of the bigger issues that Charlotta has, especially before she has resources. She has to, even though she has a wacky jump, she does have to have a kind of honest way of getting through fireballs with the jumps. And Katalina medium fireball is so fast, very good at holding down the middle of the screen.
Ooh.
Big check.
Yeah, far L into
should be able to extend
fireball.
this, keep it easy. Gonna get 5L into 214H. Probably burn the Raging Strike, yes.
Yeah, a lot of things change about Kat, but what has not changed is the great corner carry that she can get on just a simple far light check. Really good stuff right there to end the round off of just the simplest of checks in the light button. And there's that medium fireball you're talking about.
And one of the characters who, Kat can be kind of unique in that it's actually very often worth spending 100 meter in a B&B, even when you're not getting a full damage second ult fireball, just for the corner carry and the damage.
Yeah, because we see how strong her advantage state is in that corner. And we're going to see a little bit of what we were talking about with Charlotta in that aspect. And look, going into the 5L, 2L.
Yeah, definitely has
really
to
tough.
convert this to SVA. It might not kill, but either way, for the crystal situation, had to dial that out enough to kill either way. So we have one round apiece here.
Here we go. Going for the demon flip. Ooh. And yeah, we've seen a couple of times the go-to anti-air for Artorias. They did get counter hit going for the 2H in the previous round. Now whipping on it this time around. We'll see if Biskit can take advantage of that. They are very good at manipulating their air approach because Charlotta has a lot of ways to do so, especially with the air stall on the demon flip follow-up.
There's that 5M we're talking about. Even though that was a situation where she was minus on block, it's such a fast button and covers good range, but dash light, beating out the startup of the old ball, gonna take us back to the other corner. Artorias' turn to play.
I got a feeling ult DP is going to be on tap here if Biskit wants to find a way out, but they are being very stout defensively. Going to use the ult ball instead as Katalina tried to back up to play a little bit more of that extended Granblue zone range. Biskit going to get some time.
Ult ball is actually a pretty good approach against Kat too because it, oh, what a whip punish. This is what I'm talking about. The fundies are still there. Not going to invest a whole ton here. Yeah, going to set up for another hit. Oh, had the hit, but didn't believe in it. And the air grab.
Yep, because they caught them trying to jump out the first time, recognized that they were getting hit because they were holding up.
And you know the Charlotta players want to jump.
They want to jump, man. That's the character. We want out. We want in the air. That's us. We're Skyfarers for a reason, but we're checking the reason for
another counter hit. Right now, Artorias just taking this round off of counter hit jabs at the moment.
Yeah, just looking at that space, just backing off. It's just, what do you do as Charlotta in that instance? We've seen ult fall, but Katalina had access to 100 meters, so they could have reacted to the blue flash with a super or something. So Biskit really had to think about ways to get out of that corner. And Artorias backing up to saying, I'm commanding a lot of respect right now. You got to figure something out, otherwise I'm taking the round like that.
And just keeping it easy. Just do it. 5L, 2M. He just keeps the block string basic.
Right, ult ball, or heavy ball, I'd rather. Well, got the air hit with the 2M, still able to convert into a little bit more corner carry.
Yeah, didn't really buffer anything there because he wasn't sure if the 2M would combo after light wall since it was not a level 1 hit. And again, these counter hit jabs are kind of eating Biskit alive right now. The combo limit's going to be funky there. Yeah, just opposite ended easily, and this should do it. Yes, good recognition that he wasn't going to be in range for like a far 5 or a close 5H. Keep it easy, do the quick 7-frame normal. Artorias moving on to losers top 24.
Yeah, you mentioned that Katalina definitely did have the advantage on paper, and even though Artorias not necessarily grinding the game the same way as he used to, the fundamentals on display really accentuated a lot of Catalina's strengths in that matchup. I can't say enough about that little sequence that they had when they were in the corner, when he just commanded so much respect. Didn't need to know anything about new Katalina, but just basically said, I know fighting games, and I know when my range that I can represent, is something that you just can't deal with.
And you saw him backing off just like a little bit away from the corner, then coming back in with the 6XL, and that worked twice. He basically got the entire round off of interactions like that. So good stuff to Artorias, staying in the tournament. And coming up next, I